Hello everybody, today's our topic is digestive system. In this video we are going to talk about what is digestion, then we'll continue with the steps of digestion. Later we'll mention each organ of digestive system one by one. Finally we'll mention digestion of nutrition. Let me remind you that at the end of each video, do not forget taking your exams. You can find the questions of the exam from official site of school. To begin with, what is digestion? In this process, food is ingested from environment, then hydrolyzed or broken into smaller subunits. Then finally, it will be absorbed by blood streams from small intestine. Basically, it means that breaking down big particles into smaller particles. Alright, now steps of digestion. There are four steps of digestion: ingestion of food, mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, and absorption. Now let's start with ingestion of food. Ingestion of food occurs in mouth. Ingestion means taking food from environment. Secondly, mechanical digestion, or in the other words it's called physical digestion, means that big particles chewed and broken down into smaller sizes, but there will not be any change in their chemical structure, just physical differentiations. Right now, there are several organs of our body are responsible for that mechanical digestion. Later we'll mention each of them one by one. Now, in order to get better the point of mechanical digestive system, let's watch video together.
The process of digestion begins inside the mouth. The teeth break down the food into smaller particles. It then gets mixed with the saliva in the mouth to form a slurry mass called bolus. As the food is swallowed, the soft palate blocks the upper throat called the pharynx, which prevents the entry of food into the nasal cavity. When the food passes over the epiglottis, which is a flap-like structure which prevents the entry of food into the trachea, it pushes down the epiglottis. The food then enters the food pipe, or esophagus, which connects the pharynx to the stomach and is gently pushed down to the stomach by wave-like muscle contractions and relaxations known as peristalsis.
Now, the third step is chemical digestion. As you watch in the video, mechanical digestion starts in mouth and continues up to stomach. Now, chemical digestion starts in stomach and it ends in small intestine. You can define this process or this step from its name. You see, chemical digestion. There should be some chemical substance in order to break down that particles or nutrients into smaller particles. Now, these chemical substances are hydrochloric acid and gastric juice. Besides that two chemical substances, there are also found small units in our body which are also functional for increasing the rate of process. They are called enzymes. Now, enzymes are substances which accelerate the rate of reaction. Now, imagine a piece of bread outside without digestion. Its degradation or its breaking down process would take a year or 2 years, or it would take 100 years even. But thankfully, by the help of enzymes in our body, their degradations take approximately 4 or to 8 hours. Now, some lipids may take 24 hours. Now, the final step is called absorption. Absorption occurs in small intestine, means that the passage of nutrition from small intestine into circulatory tract, into bloodstream. Later we'll handle absorption by its details in our next topics. Now here we go to organs of digestive system. There are several organs which are functional in digestive system. Mouth is a structure which contains teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. Their main functions to produce saliva. Right? Now, teeth. Teeth are responsible to chew or to break down physically. Now, the anatomical structure of the teeth is mainly consists of two main parts: the crown part and the root part. Right? Now, the crown part is covered by enamel, right? Enamel, which protects the tooth. Now let's have some general information about the teeth. They generally appear 4 to 6 months after the birth. Now we call that teeth milky teeth. In other words, they are called temporary teeth, right? Now tongue. Tongue mainly helps or assists to mix the food with saliva in order to make bolus. The main aim of formation of that bolus is to facilitate or to make easy swallowing that piece of food in order not to damage esophagus. Now on the upper surface of the tongue they're found taste buds. Taste buds. The main aim of taste buds are to detect the type of taste. Pharynx. Pharynx is a cavity located in the front of the esophagus. This cavity is called pharynx. It prevents the food from entering the trachea by epiglottis. Now the next part of digestive system is esophagus. We call this long tube esophagus. Now esophagus transports the bolus from mouth to the stomach by peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement means contraction and relaxation of the muscles, esophagus muscles. Right? Now the next organ is stomach. Stomach is sac-like structure, or it's J-shaped. Its main function is to mix food with hydrochloric or gastric juice in order to break down chemically. Okay? Stomach has several functions. Firstly, it is functional for storing ingested food, then to produce gastric juices to continue digestion of food. And thirdly, it is responsible for mixing digestive juices and food by physical movement. As we know from our previous topics that stomach is made up of muscle. Which type of muscle? Yes, you're right. It is made up of smooth muscle, which functions by contraction and relaxation. Alright? By this kind of movement, it mixes that gastric juice or hydrochloric acid with nutrients in order to break down what chemically. So the other function of stomach is to squirt the partially digested food into the small intestine for digestion to continue and for absorption to occur.
When the food enters the stomach, a J-shaped bag-like structure, mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juices that are present in the stomach act on the food to help digest it through chemical action. The mucous membrane protects the inner wall of the stomach from the effects of the acid. The hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria that enter along with the food and also helps in the digestion of proteins. The digestive juices start breaking down the proteins present in the food into simpler forms. Muscular contractions in the stomach churn this food mass to further break it down and mix it with secretions in the stomach to form a thick liquid. This thick liquid is called chyme. The chyme exits the stomach through peristaltic movements and enters the small intestine where most of the digestion occurs.